Hi everyone, Emma here. I have this lovely bracelet that I'm going to show you how to make. This is in collaboration with Nbeads. Let me show you these lovely beads that I got from Nbeads. They're electroplated and they are a gray, and look at how spectacular they are. They just sparkle like nobody's business. I just love them. There's something about it. Kind of has like an antique mercury look to them. So these are, let me get the size. I want to say they're 6 by 7, but let's measure it to be sure here. So we've got, let me enlarge this for you. This is a 5. Okay, so, no, there we go. 4 by 6 is the size for these. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I started this actually requires a lot of work, so I was kind of surprised when I saw the initial design. I really liked it because it reminds me of antique lace, and I felt like it went really well with these gorgeous beads. So that's why I chose it. But after I got started, there was a few things that I had issues with. So hopefully, I've kind of worked out those kinks. To start with, you can kind of see the black thread, and I use the new thread. And let me see if I have a spool here to show you. This is the dragon thread that I used. So I used the black dragon thread, and I probably should have used the crystal. So I did find I could see it. These seed beads that I'm using are transparent. So like I said, there was a few things. Sometimes you do a bracelet and you pick components and they look spectacular. Everything works out. Then other times you pick certain things and either one thing or all of them, like I feel like this one, everything except for these gorgeous beads, everything was a bad choice that I made. So I probably should have picked something less translucent. So these are silver gray luster, but they're so gorgeous. I was just itching to use them. So I think if I'd used a crystal thread, you wouldn't see it through here. The other thing I found is because I use this here, it's super thin, and it didn't hold the structure very well. So that's the other thing. If I were to suggest, if you're going to make this, and I will link the original video to this. This is a Sunny Sri design, so I'll link her video as well. But I am going to show you, we'll do one component and I'll show you how that works, and then we'll finish this one off by adding these crystals. So so yeah, you can really see the black thread there, and you can see how flippy floppy. So I would suggest using, now I pulled off some smoke Fireline, which is 6 pounds, so it's a little thicker, but you might even want to go to a 10 and probably a crystal. So yeah, let's go ahead and start this, and I'll show you how to do one component of that. So let's get our seed beads out here. So you're going to start out with a wingspan. You're going to pick up 6 of these 11/0 seed beads. So there's 5 and 6. You're going to bring these down to the bottom, and you're going to tie a knot. So let me put that down and bring this in. Tie a knot. So you're actually going to tie a few knots. You're going to secure this, and we're going to cut off this thread. And this is how you start it. So this part here is for your closure. So that was the other thing, and I'll discuss it when we get back to the bracelet, that I made a mistake with, is the closure. So Sometimes what happens, and I have to be honest with you guys, I get so excited. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that. And I don't watch the whole video, the demonstration video, and I get to a certain point. I'm like, okay, let me check what she does. And then I realize, oh, crap, I should have done something different. Or I should have left space for this, or I should. So, there you go. So I'm just going to cut that. And we'll hide that little piece through some beads here. Let's go through. So I'm just going to go through 3. So I'll take my beads to the other end. That only went through 2. Let me grab that third one here. Right here. Like that. Pull through there. And it just kind of, let me see if I can get that tail in there without undoing my knot. Okay, there. So there's your starting. That's where your closure is going to go in. And just making sure everything is, it's not loose. Okay, so now the next step is you're going to put on 7 beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. So we're coming out of this side here. Let me enlarge this a bit. So we're coming out of here. We're going to go in through the other side, like that. Pull that through, just like that. So you're creating another loop. I'm just going to flip my work over so I can get a better, like that. Now we are going to go through the next, let me see, go through 3 beads here, like that. And we're going to pick up 3. And just, you know what, I think I went through too many. I did. Let's go back here. Didn't go through 2 is what I needed to go through. There we go. Now pick up 3. We're going to create a picot on this side, and we're going to create a picot on the other side as well, but we're going to create another loop here before that. So now you're coming out of this bead here. We're going to go through the same bead, and this will tighten like this. So that's what I mean. Like, I feel like stuff is always loose, and that drives me nuts. So there's the picot on that side. So now we're going to go through and we're going to pick this middle bead here. So we're going to go through 2 more, like that. And now we're going to add 11 beads because we're going to create a loop here. So we'll pick up 11. I adjusted my camera, so I'm not used to where the position is. I'm hoping this is going to be a lot nicer because it actually gives me more room. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. So there's 5 there, and 5 there, and 1. So that's 11. So we're coming out of this side here. We're going to go on this side. And that's going to be our next loop, like that. Now we're going to go down 2 beads on this side and create our picot. So 2 beads. And make sure you don't tangle your thread. Pull everything tight. And put 3 for your picot on this little end here. So you're coming out of here and you're going to go in the other side like that. Now we need our thread up here. So we're going to go up through here and then come up. So So go through these guys. So I'm just looking and I can see the gray thread. Now it's not as visible as the black thread, but so you might want to use the clear thread. Pull everything through. Yeah, so even with this 6 pound, I find it's still a bit flippy floppy. Let's go through. And actually, I said we want to be up here. We actually want to be on the side here because we're going to add to this here. So let's see. Make sure I've got the right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we need one more bead. This is the one we want to attach our next set. Put my needle through there properly, like that. Okay. Now we're going to add 15. So you can see what I mean. It's a bit, and here, if you look at this, look at how it's all kind of bunched up. It will eventually take the shape that it needs to take, but oh, I find that frustrating. I don't know about you guys. That's my OCD stepping in. I'm like, ugh. Stay where you're supposed to stay. Okay, that was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we need 5 more. It's been a couple of days since I made this bracelet. I kind of vacillated whether doing a video or not, so that's why I'm kind of rusty on how many to pick up. Once you do a couple sets of these, it's so easy. And what you could do is do a little cheat sheet for yourself. So write down start, 6 beads. Then row 1, do your 7. Then add your 3 for your picot. Then add your 11 for this set. Then add your 3. Then come back around, add 15, 15, that kind of thing. And then, like I said, once you do it once or twice, you'll remember how many beads you need. So we are coming out of this bead here. We're going to go to the other side of that bead. I'm just going to pull into the next one as well. And that's what we create. So now we are, I'm just thinking, I think we add our next set as well here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we go to this bead here. So let's go. Let me see here. Let's go through the next one to make sure I'm on the right path here. So we're going to have 2 here, 2 here. Okay, so we do need to go through this one here, I think. What did we add? We added 11, so there should be a middle bead. Yeah, so that's correct. There. So now we're going to add this piece again. Sorry, this piece again, which is 7 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And coming out that side, going in this side. Like that. Okay, then we're going to go down and add our, go down 3 and add our 15 side piece. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15. coming out of this bead. We're going to go into the other side, and then we're going to go through everything to get back around to the other side. That is that one there. So let's just bring our thread around, and this is the completion of one piece. Just turn this so we can get all the way around. I'm looking through the camera as I'm doing this. It's very confusing. Hopefully not for you. Let's just, there we go. Sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, things like this I find calming, and then other times I just find frustrating. So, but I do so many designs that you guys never see, but I try not to give up on stuff. And I think if there's something that looks difficult, then maybe I need to work on it, because other people are having difficulty with it, and I'm sure we can figure it out to make it easy. So that is, you're going to repeat these for as many as you need for your bracelet. So now I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets. And in her design, she did something like that as well. And then she put like an extender chain or a chain on the end, because this only fits the side. So it comes down to the side of my wrist like this. It's more like this. Let me see if I can. So you can see there's a gap underneath, which is fine because we're going to add chain on the bottom. You don't need a whole bunch of bracelet on the bottom of it. But what I did, and this is what I was going to tell you, was I like attaching my closure when I'm beading. So I attached with a wire guard a piece of a magnetic clasp, which means if I were to put the other side directly on this piece here, it would be way too small, even for me. So what I'm going to do, and we'll do this at the end, is I took the other side of that clasp, that magnetic clasp, and I added a piece of chain to extend it. So it is going to be kind of offset once it's attached, but nobody's really going to see that part that's on the front of your wrist. So again, like I said, sometimes you make these mistakes. So yeah. Okay, so let's go. So that's why I got to this point. I'm like, oh crap. So let me show you how easy it is to put these beads in. So let's come around here. Oh, I cut the wrong thread. This is the component. I would have sewn the component into the bracelet. That would have been perfect for this video. You know what? I'm so not giving up on this. I think I'm gonna try this again with, adjusting the bead color and the thread and stuff like that, because it's gorgeous. It looks just like lace. It's so beautiful. And you know what? I have a Christmas holly leaves that I made last year, and I never did finish it because I wanted to put lace in between the holly leaves and make it into a bracelet, and I never did because I couldn't figure out how to do the lace part. But now that I've seen this, I'm like, ooh, I could figure this out for sure. So I will be getting to that. So this is the green thread from the dragon thread from Potomac Beads. So hopefully, yeah, I don't know where I added that in because you can still see all the black on the other. So let's go through here. These are hard to get in here. Wonder if there's a knot here. No, just might have been hooked on the thread. So I'm not going to go through each one. I'm going to go through a bunch at a time. It's just me see if I can turn this around so we can get to the bead we need to be in, because we need to be coming out of this bead here so that we can go into here. So I'm gonna keep turning here. And I'm gonna enlarge this a bit because I still feel like it's kind of small for you guys to see. So I'm coming out of this bead. I'm gonna go in through here. And then I'll grab onto the picot right here. So I'm doing the best I can to follow the path of the thread so that I'm not like going in an opposite direction. Okay, so this is the one we want to come out of. So now we're going to pick up an 11/0 here. You can see how this is loosening. This is weird. You know what? I want to tighten this. This doesn't look like it went through the beads. Maybe it's hooked on something. There's some of the green thread here. Yeah, it's like it skipped. Let me just go through here to tighten this. And this is the other thing with this design. See how it hooks on everything? So if you guys know of a different design that has this similar look to it, please let me know. Okay. That should secure that nicely. Okay, pick up your 11/0 and you're going to go through the third bead of this piece here. So we're going to go through this bead. And let me see. We're going to go under it like this. So there, that's going to secure it together nicely. And then we're going to pick up our lovely rondelle. So we are going to go to that third bead again. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3. Actually, they're at 4. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here. And we're going to go through 2 beads like that. And that's going to pop that in there. So even like holding it and stuff, I just found it was like really difficult to grab onto, but it looks so beautiful. Sometimes the hardest things are like that. So here's your 11/0, and we are going to go through the top of the picot, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, we're going to go through the peak of the picot, like that. And make sure it's not tangling on everything. There. And then we're gonna, so this part's pretty easy because now we're just gonna pick up an 11/0, go through the third bead here, like that. Then pick up your rondelle and go through your fourth and third. So go up the fourth, down to the third. And pop that in place there, like that. Pick up your 11/0, go through the top of your picot, and go down, going down the third, yep, third bead. I didn't put my 11/0. Let's back up here. I forgot my 11/0. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3. That. And pick up your rondelle. Go through the fourth and the third. Like that. Pop that in there. Right. Nice and okay, pick up your 11/0. Go through your picot. Pick up another 11/0. Go through the third bead. Like that. Pick up your rondelle. And go through the fourth and third bead. Like that. And pop that into place. Pick up an 11/0. Should move these over. That. Go through the picot, the top of the picot. Now we're starting to tangle on the bottom of the bracelet here. See what we've got going here. I am going to take this off because it's getting tangled here. That is probably where I added my thread. There. So it's coming along really nice. Okay, so a few more and then we can add the clasp. So add a 11/0. Go through the third bead here. That. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I added the 11/0 on the other side. Let's grab these rondelles here. So pick up your rondelle, go through your fourth and third bead here. Like that. Pull it through. Pop it into place. Pull your thread and kind of fix those. Okay, pick up an 11/0. Go through the top part of your picot here with that 11/0. There, like that. Pick up another 11/0. Go through the third bead on this piece here. like that. There. Pick up your rondelle. Go through the fourth and third. That. And pop this into place and pull it like that. I'm just double checking the others because I just noticed that when I pulled it tight, it drew everything in. So I just want to make sure it's not overly tight. Okay. So now we need another 11-0. It'd be interesting to try this design with, say, 8-0s. I don't know if it's the 11-0s that... here's the thing. I feel like these 11-0s are not... Like, you get one that's longer and then one that's more rounded. These are check glass beads, Miyukis, so they should be very uniform. But for some reason, I find they're just not doing what I think they should be doing. Don't they know I'm in charge? So go through the third bead here and pull that in. Grab your rondelle. I'm the boss. I'm the boss of beads. That's my new name. Should start a channel. It's Boss Beads. There's probably a store called that. I'm sure you guys will let me know. Okay, going through the fourth. Ugh. 2 and 4. Fourth and third bead here, like that. Pull this one in. Pop it in there. Get in there. Behave. Oh, behave. Okay. An 11-0. Through the top of the picot. Oh, my needle's getting attracted to the... oh, that knotted. I saw that happening as it was happening. Let me see if we can... I think it just knotted over the bead. Oh no, it's my thread. Look at that. The wrong way. The needle is getting attracted to the magnet. There we go. Okay, so another 11-0 through the third bead here. Just the third bead. Pull that through. And we are going to add the rondelle. Oh, they're so beautiful. I cannot get over how gorgeous these beads are. We have, I think I have a second strand of that too, but there's lots left. I'm going to do a different bracelet with this because they're just so gorgeous. So let's go through the fourth and third bead. Did I skip something? No, it just got tangled here. Put that in there. There. Like that. An 11-0. Oh, I didn't do it on this side. You know what? I don't think she does it, actually, in her design, because I remember going back and looking at it. So I think I'm going to do it, and then I will put one on this side too, just to give it more strength in that area. So let's just go through these guys. Oh, I may not be able to get through them. Here, let me go through here. But I definitely want to secure this end for sure. Okay, I'm coming up that way. Let me go through here. And I will turn. Oh boy, my thread's caught on my beads. There we go. So the other thing that you could do is you could go through everything a second time. And actually, I think that's why my thread was at this end, is I went through a bunch of stuff to give it some texture. Okay, so let me see. Let's see if I can get through this one here. Pull it all through, and then we'll go down and attach this. I'm gonna need my pliers for this one. I could tell. Maybe I better go through a few at a time. Yeah. So my needle's nice and straight right now. Let's keep it that way for at least one more bracelet. Okay, now we're talking. There's our third bead, is where we want to be. And we're going to add an 11-0. Go through the top of this picot. And there. Brings that in. And let's go through here. Let me put a knot in here. And we'll go through a bead, and then we'll put a knot through another spot. There. Let's put a knot here. There. Just looking to where that. There. Go through this one here. There. And we are done. Okay, let's get our thread off here. Okay, so let's move this aside. This is what we have so far. Let's reduce this a bit, so you can see. So you have the magnet on that side. You can really see the thread, eh? So don't use black thread on gray beads. Ta-da! What did I learn today? So let's go and attach this chain to that side. We've got a tiny, this is probably a, give you the size here, 4, 3, yeah, 4. And we'll open this up. Right there. Get our other pliers. Open that up. Put the chain on. That. This lovely chain. And then attach it to the end. And make sure you close your jump rings well when you're using it on beadwork. I learnt the hard way. The first couple of bracelets I made, the clasp kept coming off because there was just a tiny little gap, and that's all it took for the thread to go through. And this is what your bracelet can look like. So there, that's not too bad. I mean, it is kind of lopsided with the magnetic, but that was a mistake I made. So it's not. So we're going for the non-uniform look. But oh my god, look at how beautiful. This looks so elegant. Yeah, these beads are incredible. And both of them are. So, you know, we learn from different bracelets. That's all a learning process. And like I've said so many times, I only started beading with the pandemic, so in this channel. So this is pretty spectacular that I'm even doing these things. So there you go. I love it. Surprisingly, with all the headaches. And look at these. The chain looks amazing too. You could always add another link of chain and put like a dangle or something if you wanted to, but I just, look at that. Beautiful. There you go. Thanks for joining me. I'll link Sunny Sree's design or her video for this design. Might be easier to follow her, but definitely that little component's pretty simple to do. So it's just a matter of being patient and doing it. Some people are better at beading than I am, so it may be super easy for you. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.